What's up guys, how you doing? If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Subscribe. I'd really appreciate if you subscribe. Today we're doing a quick tutorial on Final Cut Pro plugins. Now, I was speaking with a company called MotionVFX, which I think do the best plugins in the world. They really do. Now, I'm very proud of them because they're a Polish company. I'm half Polish and I live in Poland most of my time. And they really make fantastic plugins. I got a bunch of them from them about 2 weeks ago and I've been testing them out, and I've got to say I'm in love with these plugins. They're very powerful, they're very quick, and they're very easy to use. The one we're going to be talking about today is mFilmLook, which is an all-in-one correction, grading, and effects plugin for Final Cut Pro 10. Now, at the moment, as we're all isolated, you can get 25% off with a Stay Safe promo. So let's just jump into the computer and do a quick demonstration on one small clip just to show you how awesome this plugin is and how it can make your footage look just wild. So let's open up Final Cut Pro. Right here, I already have the library ready, MotionVFX Cinematic. I have the event ready content. My project is ready and I have imported a clip from the Seychelles and I've chosen a tiny bit here. Now, if we pull this down onto our timeline, it's right there. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. Now, one thing before I go any further, if you guys are filming on a Sony a7 III or any other camera for that matter, and you put in your footage and it is overexposed like this, all you have to do is go into the top right hand side, go into your info inspector, space color override, and Rec 709. That will bring it back down to the correct exposure you were filming in. Right, let's get back to this footage. So this footage, it's a little bit bumpy. I was doing the ninja walk, but as you can see, it's a tiny bit bumpy. So all I'm going to do is click stabilization right here in the video inspector. That will stabilize the footage and make it look a lot better. Now, to get started, what you have to do is bottom right hand side right here, you have your effects browser. And if you go to mFilmLook and you pull mFilmLook onto your clip, that will open up in the video inspector the mFilmLook options. So I turn off the OSC because that kind of gets in my way a little bit, and I do everything from start. Now, if we want to do like a straight normal preset, which they have some pretty cool ones, you go into presets and, for example, I don't know, let's go to, there are a lot, as you can see. Let's go to coast. I mean, that sounds pretty cool, huh? And what will happen is it will, if we can get rid of this, create a ready look for your film. As you can see, the effect is absolutely incredible. I mean, straight off, you already have a cinematic looking image right there. The flare is in the wrong place, for me anyway. And what you can do is you can really go through all of this. You can enable white balance, so you can choose your white balance to get it looking really good. You can go down, you can change your levels, so exposure, you can literally change everything as it's a color correction plugin. You can do quite a lot. If you go even further down, you have basic adjustments, so you can kind of warm it up a little bit. We can get it a little bit warmer there. The off-screen flare we can turn on and off, you know, if you need or if you don't. You can change the streak settings, the flicker settings of the flare. You can put in different LUTs and you can change the intensivity of them. Aberration, distortion, lens blur. I mean, this thing is full of options. Grain, the vignetting for me is a little bit too much, so I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. You can turn on and turn off the letterbox, which is absolutely fantastic. For now, we're going to turn it off. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into flare presets. Because what I want is I want to change this flare position from automatic to manual. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the playhead at the very end of the clip. The reason being is I want it to be right in that little area right here where the chair is. And at the beginning, I can almost place it anywhere, but at the end, it has to be really precise. So if we click on our clip and we go down to off-screen flare, using the position X, we can move it to exactly where we want, position Y, and that should be absolutely perfect right about there. Now if we add a keyframe, add another keyframe, and then we go back to the very beginning and we change the position for it to be around about there, maybe a touch lower. That's it, you've added the keyframe. So as you can see now, it is going across and it is looking fantastic. Except for one thing, it's going across the chair, which looks really bad. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to place the playhead right as it gets to the top of the pillow, top of the chair. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to intensity, add a keyframe, go forward a touch, and right there we're going to go down to 0. Then we're going to find where the chair literally starts showing, and we're going to place another keyframe, and then where it's right about to come out, press another keyframe and go back to intensity of 1. So that should look a lot better now. And if we go to modify render all, I do have render turned off because it just gets in my way and slows my workflow down. You can turn that off in preferences, playback, and background render. Now it should have rendered now, so the final effect looks like this. So that looks pretty cool as it is now. What I'd like to do is I'd like to go back down and I'd like to turn on the letterbox. There we go. Now you can change the size of the letterbox, but let's keep it on CinemaScope. And what we're going to do now is modify render all. It should render very quickly. There we go. And if we press play, you can see that this looks really, really good compared to what it was. Let's turn it off. That's the before. And that is the after. Now, I mean, those clips look like two completely different worlds. I absolutely love MotionVFX. I love the mFilmLook plugin, and I will be doing more films about their plugins because I do have quite a few of them, and I've been using them in my own films. I especially love their cinematic titles plugin. I mean, that is something I've been looking for ages, and it really does add that kind of little bit of finesse to your films. Anyway, if you have any questions about this plugin or any other plugins that I have and I can talk about, drop them in the comments below. Make sure you visit them on their Instagram, on their website, and you guys have a great day. I'll be probably catching you tomorrow. Oh! Almost forgot. Subscribe, like, and yeah, have fun out there. Oh, you thought I went. Okay, now I really am going now because I'm getting tired.